Hello, my name is Mojo Jojo, and this is WatchMojoJojo.com. Today we're counting down the 10 top reasons, the top 10 reasons why I don't get paid enough at WatchMojo.com. Number 10. All we do every single day is just make these repetitive lists over and it's about like just inane just topics. It doesn't even matter. I don't even know. I don't care about them. We just have to pump them out. Lists are a part of everyday life. Grocery lists, kill lists.
Joffrey, Cersei, Walder Frey, Meryn Trant.
You want to do me a favor? Put me on that list too, Arya. Okay, number 9. Your friends are legitimately concerned about you. You aren't sleeping anymore, you just keep listing things.
5,
What are you doing?
6, 7,
Why aren't you trying to go get something?
9, 10.
What is he doing?
Okay, so this one was a big one for me. I think at first I thought my friends just didn't respect my profession. When I told them what I did, I was kind of embarrassed, and I thought that they were just kind of judging it. But then I realized that they were legitimately concerned about me and my well-being because of how much stress I was obviously under. I wasn't really being paid enough, like a living wage. I can't really afford rent and food, and I'm not able to sleep at all because I just keep thinking, you know, the Tetris Effect that people get when they play Tetris, where they just keep seeing the game in their mind. Well, that's me, but with lists, because I go to sleep and I'm just listing things in my head. I'm not counting up sheep, I'm counting down sheep, counting 10, 9, 8 sheep, 7, but it just keeps going because I have to justify each sheep as it's going along, and it's just fucking going insane, and I just can't live like this. Number 8, you start repeating the same example that you've used for previous, like, numbers on the list, and reusing them for, like, 2 or 3 or 4, or, like, the same over and over again throughout the list, because you just have nothing else to talk about. You obviously didn't make this video because you wanted to, or had anything in mind. You have a deadline, and you have a, like, boss breathing down your throat, and so you just make the fucking list.
If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo.
Number 7. Your friend sits you down and basically says, "Look, dude, I like you. You're a nice guy, but I can't hang out with you. We don't do anything. I ask you, hey, you want to go out to a restaurant? Where do you want to go?" You start listing your top 10 restaurants. There aren't even 10 restaurants in our town. We live in the middle of fucking nowhere. You remote in to WatchMojo every single week. You don't talk to anybody else.
I have come here
To WatchMojo.
and kick ass. And I'm all out of
Mojo. Number 6. You over-rely on pop culture references. Everybody loves a good Seinfeld reference now and again, but if you start over-relying on them and start using them just to make your points, like you don't have anything of substance to say, so you start grabbing a Big Bang Theory clip to, like, accentuate a point.
It's not enough, is it? Here.
You gotta stop and think, like, maybe this could have been a top 7. Number 5. Okay, now that we're halfway through, you start getting into, like, oddly specific personal details that probably don't belong in a top 10 list. Number 4. You realize that your parents were probably right in their disapproval of you going to art school instead of continuing the family business. But despite that, you're unable to put your pride aside and admit that to them, and so your relationship will probably never truly recover. Number 3. You start repeating the same example that you've used for previous, like, numbers on the list, and reusing them for, like, 2 or 3 or 4, or, like, the same over and over again throughout the list, because you just have nothing else to talk about. You obviously didn't make this video because you wanted to or had anything in mind. You have a deadline and you have a boss breathing down your throat. Number 2, you have no transferable skills, and you realize that if you quit WatchMojo right now, you'll only be admitting to your parents they were right the whole time. Number 1, you finally muster up the courage to call your parents at the family home, but an unfamiliar voice answers. Is Maurice and Joanne there, you ask? Oh, you mean Mojo? Yeah, they wanted to stay, but they were forced to move out. I guess they didn't have any family around to watch them.